My lovely audience, my mother closed her eyes forever. I think it's kind of fitting that I'm working on a phoenix doll while that happened. Obviously, I'm sad, which is basically no surprise, but I wanted to turn this into a kind of, in memoriam tribute video to her, because, it was kind of important for me just to say goodbye to her in this way. And as I said, I think it's very, very fitting that I'm working on the Phoenix doll that is about death and rebirth while this happens. It was obvious that it will happen. It was not preventable, so we knew that sooner or later she will leave this world, and lucky for us, she left this world painless and gentle. I'm now going to work on the Phoenix doll and talk about that, but if you notice a tonal shift in between, that is the reason why. The design I made is this. I found a fabric on Temu. Yes, it's Temu again. That had a nice embroidery. And I looked through the hair that I have, and the only hair I have are those more natural colors, except the koi nylon. I only have a little bit of that left, and I think I want to do a kind of gradient. As you see here, I plan to give her a mohawk situation, and the outside will get the darkest, and then it goes into the lightest. These are far less vibrant than the colors for the dress, but I think it should work out in the end. For the doll we want to use, I thought Luna Mothews might finally be the right one. That's why in the sketch I gave her rather huge eyes. So I will now prepare Luna so she finally gets a repaint. And I'm going to prepare her, do the reroute, and we will see us when that is done. Our phoenix to be now had some time to solidify inside. Don't think that she's completely dry yet. No, obviously not. This takes forever as usual. But I want to try something to close or to remove these holes. What I want to try is to use some of my mica powders, mix them with glue, and then try to get them on there as smooth as I can. So, first we need to mix a color that is similar to the face, and I want to use mica powders because she is so glittery. I would normally just have used soft pastels and mix them with glue, but because she has so much glitter embedded in her, I think mica powders would be better. I think maybe it would make sense when this is dry to do a second layer with craft glue to even out the lumps and bumps, because I wanted the thicker stuff to get rid of the holes. Maybe I then need thinner stuff to get rid of the unevenness. We will try that. But at least we have a rather nice difference. It has at least, or it had at least the effect that the darker spots are gone. But yeah, you can still see the indents and everything. So I want to try to sketch out some hair on her. And if that doesn't look good, I'm just going for some extra hair that I will glue on later, a bit of flocking, and we will be fine. So let's start with the repaint, and surprisingly I want to go for a rather bold makeup, which definitely is something rather surprising for me, because normally I'm more one of the natural makeup defenders, but for her I think a bold makeup is okay. I would consider the repaint nearly done. So now we need to prepare some stuff, because my idea with the shaved areas did not work at all. And obviously we now need to mess up the desk with the soft pastels. No, we need to get an alternative. And obviously the easiest alternative is flocking. But I don't want to use the hair for the flocking if possible. I did order Brazilian wool hair. And initially I thought, because it's acrylic, that I could straighten that and use it as doll hair. But I just thought it's a nice alternative for brushing out acrylic yarn. So first of all, you don't have the waste. Second of all, you have as much length as you want. But even when straightened, this stays rather rough, stiff. It's not very nice to the touch. So I decided not to use it for dolls, but I have tons of it. I did use it for another project already, and I think it should be fine to be used for flocking. Then it basically was finishing touches for the face up. I first took out some white lashes that I have laying around and painted them red with an alcohol-based marker. Then I glued down the flocking, and I think I did 3 layers. Yeah. Then I glued down the lashes and some rhinestones onto her face. And yeah, all of the other stuff. Adding white as eye shine, some gloss, and yeah, all of that good stuff. And when that was then finally done, I opened her hair to then take out my hairdryer and just, yeah, hair dry them down, the hair down. I didn't want to boil wash her, so I just took the hairdryer and straightened the hair a little bit. I thought for a moment about using curled hair or curling the hair, but I decided against it in the end, and I think that was the right choice. Let's talk dress for a moment. When something like this is your basic idea, something like this might be your basic pattern, and this could be your basic fabric, then this could be your basic dress. And when you then have something like this, and you layer this on top, then you might have a dress similar to this one. And to then get some more onto that, you then could theoretically cut ribbons like these into pieces and sew them on the bottom hemline. You end up with something similar to this. And now, after you are at this point, it is time to first of all burn all of these edges. And while you are burning all of these edges, you are starting to put beads on there, more or less as much as you like, that you have in your stash or that you bought for this project. Just a little bit of beads to make it a little bit more glittery and rhinestoney. And we have lava beads here that I want to place on the bottom edge, just to give the idea of coals that are burning down there. And when you then are at this point, the whole thing gives kind of Katniss Everdeen flair from the Hunger Games, for those who don't know. To get rid of that, we then take, well, these 2 fabrics and make a butt cape. I fastened the butt cape onto the main dress with an elastic that wraps around 2 beads at the hips, so you can take it off again. Let's take a look at the final result. The funny thing about her is she does stand completely unsupported, or her dress is the support, and I really wanted to photograph her together with the peace doll that I made, because yeah, death, rebirth, peace. I thought that fits together quite nicely. I hope you did enjoy this video, and we will see us in another one. Until then, bye.